What is up, guys? Mad Rambles, episode 67 today, over 2/3 of the way through doing my 100-day challenge. So, I got stuck right into it. Today's episode is the art of debating. Within that, I'm going to talk about the benefits of debates, why no one does it, a world without debates, and a world with debating. So, in modern society, from what I've seen, again, these videos are all just about what I've seen in society, sort of my thoughts coming alive so that they might interest people. And in modern society, I constantly see so many popular people, be it government officials, be it people who are just on social media and have viewpoints. No one fucking debates. And this is in every walk of life, right? No one fucking debates. Everyone's so willing to have a point and express their viewpoint and have their viewpoint heard, but no one's willing to challenge it. And this ultimately leads to false information, problems as a result of the false information, and a society where no one knows who to trust. If someone says a point and someone else says a point and none of them debate, you can think, use logic and sort of use your brain and critically think which one's the most. And by the way, most people don't even critically think. But let's say they do. You can think which one sounds more plausible. But still, you're not going to be able to get into the nitty-gritty depths of it unless people debate. And no one fucking does. And this is in everything in life. You know, I search fitness videos, right? I remember starting out and searching fitness videos a few years ago, and you'd see like your carnivore, you'd see like your vegan next video, you'd see like your high carb, you'd see your keto, you'd see your fasting, a plethora of different videos. And they were all promoting their own points, all just recycle stuff of almost copy paste, but with their own points and their own agendas to back it up. And you can never be certain which one's right because they don't come up against each other and test each other, right? And no one ever cites their sources as well. This is another thing. People are like, oh, 50% of so-and-so's pick their nose. Do they? What the fuck do they? How the fuck do you know? And it goes out to the classic joke of like 90% of stats are made up, just like fucking that one. But people need to debate. In order to have a valuable viewpoint, you need to first consume information. You need to consume information, then consume biased information. Then critically think. Think about which one's right. The information you consume first or the contradictory information. Then, once you have that, challenge your viewpoint. Challenge it with someone. Debate it. Debate it. And that's a crucial step. Because you're not always going to be able to think every problem on every given topic. There'll be certain topics where you'll be like, shit, I wish I thought that, I missed that. And that's only human. Again, this comes with what I was talking about yesterday. Ego. People need to let go of their ego and acknowledge they can be wrong. And most of the time, they probably fucking will be wrong. Why? Because they haven't had debates. They haven't tried and tested and battle-hardened their opinion. Anybody can say they're a warrior if they've had no fights. Anybody can. It's like you can say you have a strong viewpoint and you're right if you've never debated it. Anybody can. A true warrior is a man that's been in 100 battles, 1,000 sword fights. Or someone with a valuable opinion is someone who's tested their viewpoint, thought critically about objecting viewpoints and challenge it that way. And then maybe evolved and maybe adapted, maybe even left their original viewpoint and found in a new viewpoint as a result. Now you've got more information. But that's done with a lack of ego. And a crucial part that you need to do when you've settled down your ego, again, not diminished it, but simmered it, is debate. Because like I said, you find new you find new information, then you find contradictory information, then you critically think and think, all right, cool, is this information actually serve me? Is it beneficial? Blah blah blah. Why are the people saying it? If it's stats and facts and figures, think about, oh, is this actually wrong? Is it a biased study? Is it not a biased study? And then you think, okay, now I have enough information, I can challenge others. Can challenge others, like-minded people on opposing viewpoints. If you're carnivore, do it with a vegan. If you're keto, do it with a high carb guy. Challenge yourself and be willing to be wrong. This is another crucial point. Be willing to be wrong. Because so many people are just so adamant they're right that they're never willing to learn. They're never willing to obtain new viewpoints and grow as a result. Because their ego's too much. Their ego is just too high. So challenge others. And then once you've challenged others, then you can sit there and think, you know what? I have a valuable viewpoint, right? But first you gotta fucking test it. You think you can have a valuable viewpoint, then go out and fucking test it. Test your viewpoint. Say, all right, the stats and facts are right. I have all the stats and facts. I have all the contradictory information. I've debated it and sort of assessed why what might be right, why it might be right. I've put my points across, I've understood it more, and now I've tested it. And once you've tested it and debated it, sort of coming the same, now I've got my own personal experience. Because so many people I see are like, oh, but for me, I hate carbs, right? I don't thrive well on carbs. I feel tired. I feel sluggish. I get headaches when I have them. I don't feel fucking good when I have them. I've had this my whole fucking life. But if I eat a high fatty diet, I feel fucking amazing, right? And my mood's more regulated. I feel more energetic. So for me, it's very much beneficial, right? But I only knew this when I stopped having a high carb diet. And so people who constantly sit there and think, oh yeah, carbs are the way forward. How do you know? You've never not had them. It's like a blind person. Blind people doesn't know fucking color exists till someone tells them it does. Tells them it does. You know? You have to be willing to try things and test things out and get your own viewpoint and opinions mixed within the science. Right? And this is an exceptionally important step because then you have more courage and more emphasis and more confidence when backing up your points and teaching, which is the next step of your points. Ultimately, you want to teach, you want to help those who are less aware, less knowing, and not just sort of show them the ropes, but teach them and teach them the methods in which they can obtain their own viewpoint. And I think too many teachers as well, too often, prioritize their students having the same viewpoint as them. Who the fuck cares? Everyone's viewpoints are different. If you don't agree with me here, that's fucking great, mate. Who gives a fuck? Seriously, if you agree with me, even better. But at the end of the day, the fact that you've been able to make your valuable own viewpoint, that's what freedom, that's what democracy, that's what this world should be about. And I want it to be about. Right? And a world without debates is a harsh one. It's a fucking rough world. If we didn't debate, which is we're going down that way, but if we stop debating completely, right? Misinformation runs rife. I could say the moon's made of cheese. Oh, evidence. Source study. Moon's made of cheese. What? You haven't cited your source, and no one's debated me on it. So like everyone's now going to think the moon's made of fucking cheese. But obviously it's fucking not. So now in 5-10 years, everyone's going to go around thinking what moon's made of cheese. And then if anybody doesn't have the same fucking viewpoint that the moon's made of cheese, they're labelled something derogatory, offensive, which pushes them to comply. It forces them to comply rather than critically thinking for themselves and being confident in what they're doing, right? Instead, just sort of mindlessly going about like, I agree. No, critically think, learn, understand, absorb new information, absorb contradictory information. Try, test, debate with others, teach, right? That way you can have a valuable viewpoint. But within that comes debating, which is probably the most crucial step. You challenge yourself and your viewpoints against others with the same mental capacity as you. Exceptionally important. But a world with debates, is endless. It's where we get to the bottom of things. Freedom becomes prevalent. Truth becomes the highest value. And we hopefully live better and better lives, and the world becomes a better and better place in every aspect. Being cool, I've been Keenan. Peace.